Can a human be completely reshaped? Can memories be implanted that never happened? Would people harm others just because they're told to? Over the years, terrifying psychological experiments, some deeply unethical, were carried out to answer these questions. The results? Shocking. The Little Albert experiment. When babies became test subjects. In 1920, American psychologist John Watson conducted one of the most controversial psychological experiments ever. He wanted to prove that human behavior, even emotions like fear, is not inborn, but learned. At a hospital, a woman named Vera Merritt agreed to let her 8-month-old son be part of the experiment for $1, a large sum at the time. Watson renamed the child from Douglas to Albert to avoid legal trouble if things went wrong. Over the next 3 months, Albert was repeatedly exposed to loud, terrifying noises, scary animals, and sudden shocks. Watson carefully observed his reactions and concluded that fear can be conditioned. The disturbing twist? The child mysteriously disappeared afterward. His fate remains unknown. Today, his story is taught in psychology courses as a prime example of unethical science. The Milgram experiment. How far will people obey? After the Nuremberg trials, psychologists began asking, can people commit atrocities just because they were following orders? In 1963, psychologist Stanley Milgram designed a chilling experiment to find out. 2 rooms. One held a volunteer at a fake electric shock machine. The other, an actor pretending to be a learner. The volunteer was instructed to shock the actor for every wrong answer, upping the voltage each time. Despite screams, pleas, and silence from the actor, 65% of participants continued to the highest voltage just because a man in a lab coat told them to. Even more unsettling, in a 2006 repeat, 71% obeyed. So, are we more cruel than we think? The Stanford Prison Experiment. When people become monsters. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo conducted a groundbreaking, and later infamous, experiment in the basement of Stanford University, funded by the U.S. Navy. 24 students were randomly assigned to play either prisoners or guards. What started as a role play spiraled into horror. The guards began abusing the prisoners, physically and emotionally. Some refused to leave, even during breaks. The power had consumed them. The experiment, meant to last 2 weeks, was shut down after just 6 days. The takeaway? Power, left unchecked, can quickly corrupt anyone. The Mall Memory Study. Can false memories be planted? To test how easily memory can be manipulated, researchers Jim Cohn and Elizabeth Loftus ran an eerie experiment on 24 participants. They tried to implant a fake memory, being lost in a mall as a child. Astonishingly, 25% of the participants remembered the event and even added made-up details. The term false memory was born. Interestingly, Egyptian author Tawfiq al-Hakim once told a similar story. A witness in court pointed to him, the prosecutor, as the criminal. Real-life consequences? Plenty. In one U.S. case, a man was jailed for a year based on a false witness memory, until the real criminal confessed. Memory, obedience, fear. 3 keys to controlling the human mind. What ties all these experiments together is this. No matter how advanced we are, humans remain vulnerable, easily shaped, influenced by authority, fear, or suggestion. In a world where truth itself can be rewritten, who are we really? And how many of us would dare disobey or question our own memories,